Hello, 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 hello. We're live. This light hurt my eye. Let me reposition it. I think this is better. Yes, because the light was hurting your girls. Okay. Safe. What is this? Close. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Hello, guys. Hey, Valerie, girl, you're the first one on here. Hi, hi, hi. Hello, hello, hello. Come on in, come on in. Ooh, y'all hopping on fast. Y'all snowed in too? Because we're snowed in Georgia. And I ain't complaining. I was able to, when I saw they were going to shut down school and I wasn't going to be able to go to work, I was like, well, let me move all my clients to Thursday. Do everybody on Thursday. So I don't have to fight too much with the rescheduling thing. So I got a new setup at my computer desk. I got a new setup because y'all, I'll share later. But so Valerie, what's your favorite? Snow days? How many people got in the room so far? Okay. I just celebrated my 2.5 week lock anniversary and I'm so excited. Yes. Has your locks dropped yet? Impressed? Like, you know how in the beginning, the first 1 to 3 years, it grows out. And then usually typically around 3 years, it drops. So, Impressed, have you experienced the drop in your locks? I was trying to make that rhyme, but the drop in your lock pop. um, you're my favorite educator. Oh, nice. Glad to hear that. They are still babies. What do you mean they're still babies in the 2.5? Oh, my bad. I read that wrong. You said 2.5 week lock it. Girl, you over here talking about 2.5 week lock anniversary. I'm over here thinking you had a year. I read that wrong. Okay, so yeah, you ain't gonna be experiencing no drop anytime soon. My bad. But 2.5 weeks, that's that fun, like, oh my goodness, I can't believe I locked my hair. My hair is locked and it has dropped. No, I'm not, it's locked. So you're in that skinny baby phase. Babe, ooh, child, you haven't even shampooed it yet. Have you done your first shampoo yet, Impress? This is driving me crazy. I need to see if my husband can. How would I? Yeah, I got a new setup at my desk for all my gadgets. Because your girl about to get into podcasting. So my husband got this intricate stuff set up, and this is where I can put my computer, but it's slightly slanted. So I'm struggling because you know me, I'm very I need it. So it's bugging me. Hmm. Mm. All right, let me move on and not worry about it. Yes. Okay. Felicia, I will be 1 year locked on January 16th. So excited. You in that beautiful stage. Hey, hey, hey. I mean, the whole journey is beautiful, but baby, that 1 year, that's when it's like nice and fluffy, depending on what size you have. People can't tell if you got locks or if you got curls, like defined curls. So Sil, I've seen this name before. Happy New Year. Yes, to you and Kedma. Yes, Happy New Year. I just moved to Georgia October 1st. Welcome, welcome. Oh, girl, we're in Georgia. You snowed in too? I woke up this morning and it was snowing. I was like, ooh, the ground all covered in snow. I said, my butt will be in here, okay? In the house. Because, baby, I saw on Instagram people slipping and sliding, cars is spinning out of control because they are on the road. What you doing on the road? They tell y'all to stay home. Y'all don't want to stay home. Okay. All right. Hey, hey, hey. It's me, Lottie. Hey, hey, hey. Okay. Hello, joining from London. 3 months lock. Beautiful. Hey, London. Okay. Weeks. It should be a month, but I washed them at the 2 weeks mark and had to start over. What do you mean you washed your hair and had to start over? Did you not braid and band? Impressed. Did you not braid and band? And then after you answer that, how long you been following me for you not to know to braid and bend your locks? Come on now. Listen, no matter who you go to, I try to give you guys enough information so you don't make mistakes. I braided and banded, I promise. So what happened? How did you have to start over? Did you not let your hair dry before you took the braids out? Okay, what's the confession? What's the confession? Okay, now Valerie, the growth oil that you're putting in your locks. Are you putting it like on your edges? Valerie, let me go back. Did you tell me how long you've been locked, Valerie? Nope, Valerie, you didn't say how long you've been locked. How long you been locked, Valerie? What impressed? What type of braiding and banding that your roots unravel? Now, the roots, some of how did you start your locks in the first place? I'm over here asking questions. Was it two strand? Did you start off with two strand twists? And what's your texture? Not texture, curl pattern. I hate to try to confuse y'all when I say texture because some people use texture as the curl pattern, but it's not. It's the thickness. Um. Oh, you in Douglasville? Okay, you should have got some snow. Okay, I've been locked 3 years. Colored my hair this past October. Okay, what shampoo and conditioner do you recommend from your website? The CMOS infused shampoo and conditioner. And make sure to moisturize, moisturize, moisturize. Get a leave-in conditioner as well, and spray that leave-in any waking moment you get. Um, and then seal it in with the Smooth and Shine um, hair gloss to lock in that moisture, especially with the cold environment we're in right now, the cold time. Okay. Um, so I hope you that was for you. That information was for you, lady or Lottie. I hope I'm saying it right. Okay, let me see if Valerie answered me. 13 months lock. Girl, you just over a year and you over here putting all the growth oil. Basically 1 year. Oh, you locked a month, a day before my birthday. Happy past lock birthday to you. You're in Charlotte. Okay. Um, if you're putting growth oil on your edges, it's fine. If you're putting it on your scalp and you have a tight curl pattern, you don't have any issues with slippage, you should be fine. My only concern is if the growth oil is thick, be mindful of residue and buildup. And make sure you on a good shampooing regimen, like shampooing often, depending on how often you use that growth oil, if it is thick. Because I have a growth oil, but it's light. So it's not just sitting on the scalp. It absorbs easily and it's not just sitting at the base of your lock. Um, I'm interlocked in two strand twists. Okay, so you started off with two strand twists and you interlock for maintenance. Okay. Is it okay if I go 7 weeks between reties? I'm not sure my hair is growing fast enough to retie every 4 to 5 weeks. Who told you got to retie every 4 to 5 weeks? Typically, 7 weeks is the norm. And depending on the size of your locks, it could go longer. If you have sister locks, meaning parting size 3/8 or smaller, yes, 7 weeks is fine. If your parting size is bigger than 3/8, you can go longer. If you have normal density, normal to high density, but if you have fine, low density hair, then yeah, stick to the 7 weeks. Now, some locticians will tell you 4 to 5 weeks, depending on your rate of growth, depending on how much time they want to spend on your head. Because if they're not fast, they're not gonna want you to go a long time because it's gonna take them too long to do it. So it's a lot of stuff that goes into it. Not a lot of stuff that goes into it. Just some people do what's more comfortable and easier for them. I've ordered products from you before. Okay, awesome. Love the rose water. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Have you tried the sea moss infused rose water by Influence? Whew, that thing fire is so good. I don't I don't bought all the products. Okay, all right, Valerie. Thank you for this. Y'all, thank you for the support with my products and everything. Thank you. Some of them my products, some of them other brands, professional brands. So I'm guessing 3C for a hair. I don't know too much about classifying hair types. Classifying hair types ain't really a thing, but people just put numbers to help them better identify and kind of find somebody they can relate to. But it's not a thing. And in cosmetology school, it's either curly, wavy, straight. And when they say curly, they talking about us. And then the wavy, So yeah, I try to break it down some more. So, what are your thoughts on palm rolling sister locks? No, no, it's too small. It's not going to hold. It's not going to lock. Um, and because it's so small, I'm afraid you might. Because sister locks is so small, I'm afraid you might thin out your locks that way. Now, if you just palm rolling, now some people have the large size sister locks and they have thick, high density hair and they palm roll for maintenance, and that's fine because their hair can handle it. I don't know if y'all follow the minimalist or something like that. She doesn't have sister locks. She started her own locks with two strand twists and it locked like that. I believe her locks are slightly bigger than sister locks. And she palm rolls. She goes back and forth between palm rolling and interlocking. But she has baby girl has thick, you hear me? Thick, high density hair. So she palm rolls it and her hair flourish. It does just fine. But if you have, sister lock sizes can range from small, medium to large being a 3/8, small being a 1/8. Baby, I don't know why people put 1/8 in their hair anyway, but I would not palm roll that, especially if you have fine hair. It's not a good thing. It won't lock. Um, what was your question? You said that's brilliant. Thanks. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's see. What was your question? Interlocking two strand twists. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I know. When it comes to the weekly retie schedule, listen, Although I would prefer some of my clients to come sooner because boom, 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 I'm done. You also have to consider the health of the person's lock. I can't do what's just best for me. I got to do what's best for my client as well. So here's a tip if you are a loctician and you like for your clients to stay in the 4 weeks time because it's taking too long. Maybe your pricing structure is off, and that is why you're telling them. Now, if you're telling them to come 4 or 6 weeks because that's what their hair absolutely needs, that is fine. But if you're telling someone to come sooner because um, their hair grows really fast, or they got too many locks, or it's just taking you a long time. Now, if you slow, that's just something, don't worry about it. Your speed will increase over time. But if your speed have been the same in the past 3 to 5 years and your speed has not increased since, then you've probably reached your max speed. And so now, if you're telling someone to come every 4 to 5 weeks because it's taking you too long, go back and reassess the situation. Because if you're paid well for your time, you're not going to try to manage how often someone come because you don't want to be in their head forever. If you know on average you can do about 2 heads a day, and somebody with a lot of hair, a lot of new growth comes to you and they taking up 2 appointments, you need to reassess what you're charging that person. I'm just that's all I'm gonna say, and I'm gonna leave it as that at that, okay? Because what I don't want you guys to do is feel like you need to tell somebody come sooner when they don't need it, and then you're causing more harm to that person's hair. Then you're gonna end up losing that client anyway because you over here worrying about you and your schedule, your time is taking too long. I'm tired. When really you're just not pricing your stuff properly. And if you were pricing it properly, you don't care if you just do one client a day because you're paid appropriately, right? Okay, so I digress. Greetings, my love. Okay, it's so cool seeing some of y'all names come through here because I see the names, and then the names also remind me of when you placed an order. Some of y'all names, I'm like, oh, this person placed an order from me. Oh, this person ordered from me. So thank you. Okay, let me get back to these comments before I get way too behind. Okay, so I answered the palm rolling question, right? Come on. Okay, so now what are your thoughts on palm rolling? I did that. Oh, it's pronounced lady. Thank you, love. Okay, what do you recommend for fine hair with color for every day? Ooh, child, you got fine hair and you got color and you still got hair. That's a good thing. That means you probably didn't bleach, or if you did bleach, you kept it at a low volume. So that's good. And your density is probably good too. And it'll probably also you probably also have like thicker locks, or so it's a number of things. So what do you recommend for fine hair with color for every day? Now, with fine hair, so when it comes to the recommendation, I need to do these videos. I was supposed to do it, but got busy and didn't get to post it. See, here's the reason why sometimes it takes me longer to post videos. Y'all know I am visual. And I like to explain why and how. I'm a how and why person, right? So when I post my videos, I'm thinking about you guys. I need y'all to see and I need y'all to hear. So and I needed to come together because some people are visual learners, some people are auditory, but you also need to be able to see what I'm doing and referencing so you can have a better understanding of what I'm talking about. So sometimes I have the video, I have the information, but I'm waiting for the visual piece to put it together so you can kind of follow along and see what I'm doing. Because a lot of y'all visual, so that's why some of these videos be taking forever to come out. But I am going to be doing a video on low porosity, treatment for low porosity, and treatment for high porosity hair. So So with Rebecca asking about the color, what do you recommend for every day? Every day, you typically want to do a leave-in because the color is very drying. So you want to spray your hair with a leave-in conditioner or even rose water to help keep your hair moisturized. And then you want to seal it with a smooth and shine, some type of oil to seal it, right? But every day you want to use a leave-in conditioner. Now, how with the leave as far as a the rest of your routine, depending if you have low porosity or high porosity, well, I guess if your color, depending on how high you took your color, if you use bleach or not, sometimes you could be low porosity, but if you use, if you use bleach, if you use a high level color, it might take you from low porosity to maybe average to maybe high. So, if that is the case, then your hair has a hard time locking in that moisture if it's high porosity. So that's why it's important when you color typically kind of move you closer to that high porosity scale. So you want to moisturize daily if possible. And if you miss a day, ain't no big deal, but moisturize often. Okay. And the lighter your hair is, the more bleach you use, the more you need to moisturize. Okay. Because baby, the higher the bleach and the bleaching content you use and all that stuff, you're getting closer to your hair being brittle, to possibly shedding and breakage. So you want to do that. And if you're getting close to that, you then protein treatments. But protein treatments wouldn't be a daily thing. A deep moisture treatment wouldn't be a daily thing. So if you're looking for something every day, just spraying a leave-in conditioner, rose water, and so forth. Okay. I hope that answered your question. Do you ship your products to London? If not, I'll be in the US next week, Maryland, and would love to try your products. No, I don't ship to, I'm pretty sure I can ship to London, but I know I can ship to Canada. I've never shipped to the UK. So, and I know somebody placed an order and I felt so bad because I was like, the order came through. I'm like, where is this place on the continent? Lord, I had to look it up. This person was in like, dang it, I don't remember. It was on some type of island, not the Caribbean island, like some island close to Africa, but it wasn't in Africa. But it was like some island that child, I don't, so I had to say, "Oh, sorry, baby, I can't ship there." Um, okay, but if you're gonna be in Maryland next week, I would say what we're today is Friday. Order this weekend so I can ship it out on Monday, so you can have it within the week. Um, so you can have it that week in Maryland. Usually between Wednesday to Friday, you'll get the order. If I ship it out on Monday, you'll get it either Wednesday or uh, Friday, depending on the time. Okay. So I hope I answered your question, love. Okay. I have braided and banded every night for the past year. All is locked except my ends. Can I stop braiding and banding at this point, or should I continue to do so? Did you start off with some type of heat damage? Felicia, do you have heat damage ends? Meaning, are your ends straight? Because sometimes I'll say heat damage and y'all be like, no, no, no. And I'm like, is it straight due to flat ironing, due to color, due to texturizers, relaxers? This is what I'm talking about. So did you start off with straight, or was the texture of your hair different from your natural texture? Okay. Did the curl pattern change? So if you started off with straight, so Felicia, if you can give me that information, that will help me. And then how much did you start off with heat damage, or was it straighter than your normal curl pattern? Also, how much of the ends that's out? Is it like an inch? I do not have heat damage. I was a loose natural when I locked it. Ends just not locked yet. How much of the ends that's not locked? Because for the rest of your hair to be locked, where's Becky? Let me find Becky. So this is a lock from Becky, right? So if your hair, if you have like this much loose hair, I mean, if you have loose hair and the rest is locked and it's not unraveling, if you have no heat, I don't understand why the ends aren't locked and the rest of it is locked. That tells me the texture of your ends are different. Now, it could be that the ends are like so um fine that it's not locking. And if that's the case, I would stop braiding and banding. I wouldn't keep braiding and banding. If the rest of your hair locking just the ends, and if it's just like an inch or less that's loose, then yeah, I wouldn't be braiding and banding. If the rest of your hair is locked. All right. All right, Becky. So Felicia, I hope that answers your question. All right. How would you suggest I wash my hair to prevent slippage at the root? I'm thinking about wearing a do-rag for the next shampoo. How long is your hair, Impress? How long is your hair? Thank you, Slav. Is it okay to rope twist to start your locks? I would two-strand twist and not rope twist like traditional rope twist. But yes, you can absolutely start your locks with two-strand twists. But keep in mind that the curl pattern is going to make a difference on how your locks turn out, and it's going to determine how much work you're going to be doing. Let's bring Becky back. Okay. So if Becky over here got it, Becky hair is straight, right? No curl pattern, no curls. When I say rope twist, when people typically talk about rope twist, you're twisting each individual one and then overlapping, twisting and then twisting again to overlapping, twisting and then twisting. That's a rope twist from from how we rope twist. If when I say just two-strand twist, just twist it once. Twist once. Don't twist each one and then twist. So don't twist it twice, twist it once. I hope that makes sense. So that's the first part to your question. The second part is if you have a looser curl pattern or your hair is closer to the straighter side, baby, just go ahead and interlock because two-strand twist will drive you crazy because that's a breeding ground for bunching, slippage, and all. But if you have a tighter curl pattern, let me bring Kiki to the scene. I got Kiki back here. If you got a tighter curl pattern, yeah, baby, you can two-strand twist. That thing will lock nicely. You don't have to worry about bunching as much or at all. Yeah. But you see the difference in hair? It holds better. Okay. So be mindful of your curl pattern. Now, there have been people who have a looser curl pattern. Becky ain't got no curls, but who have a looser curl pattern and two-strand twists, just know it's going to take forever to lock. You're going to have lots of issues with them. And if you go to someone who knows how to kind of battle those issues, you'll be good. But if they don't know, baby, don't do it. Just go ahead and interlock. All right. I have a video, well, I have about 3 videos that talk about two-strand twists. So just when you go and I give specific tips. I mean, y'all know me. I'm detailed. I give very detailed tips. Go find those two-strand. One was posted like maybe a month or two ago. Go find the two-strand twist videos and watch those so you can make your decision afterwards. Okay. What leave-in conditioner would you recommend? Of course, my leave-in conditioner, the cocoa almond leave-in conditioner or the aloe vera leave-in conditioner, all on my website, entoibeauty.com. ENTOIbeauty.com. Yes, yes. Thank you, Joy. I love that name, by the way. That was almost my daughter's middle name. But my husband wanted Rose. Rose. And this girl loved flowers till this day. And Joy was also a favorite character of mine in Inside Out 1 and 2. If y'all have not seen Inside Out 1 and 2, go watch it, okay? So good. So good. Oh, Joy. Okay. Uh what about shampoo and conditioner for fine colored locks? Shampoo and conditioner, you definitely want to get the sea moss infused shampoo and conditioner by Influence. It is on my site, my website, entoibeauty.com. It's moisturizing. It has, I believe, yeah, it has DHT blockers. Like, it's amazing. If you want to know more about it, I did do a video on shampoos, products, and stuff. So show you how to use that thing. That the lather is so good. It smells good. It moisturizes the hair. It's so good. Hmm. Okay. And yeah, when y'all say fine hair, thick hair, when your hair is locked, you err on the side of lightweight products. So stuff that I recommend, products that I recommend to have on my site, it is for locked people in general. So whether you have fine or thick hair, it works. Now, when you're a loose natural, the reason why they have specific shampoos and conditioners and leave-ins and products for fine hair people is that with fine hair, it gets weighed down easily. So you have to typically, people with fine hair, they always encourage lighter products, right? And people with thicker hair, that lighter product ain't gonna do nothing for that thick, coarse hair. So you need a creamy, heavier product to get it to do right. So when you lock, you don't have to worry about that stuff, because with locks you're gonna have to stick to the lightweight stuff anyway. We can't wear that creamy stuff like you used to do when you were a loose natural, because the creamy stuff, it might be great, but it's gonna cause buildup and residue unless you plan on washing your hair once a week, or like every 3 to 4 days, to make sure you're not having any buildup or residue. Okay. So now you can use, I'm not saying don't ever use thick, creamy products. It's just that the buildup and the residue is, you want to be cautious of that. Um, so I hope that clarified some things, because I don't want y'all to feel like, oh, you just recommended your product. My products are specifically made for people with locks, and the products I use on my clients, the other professional brands I use on my product clients, are products that I recommend to you guys, or products that I use and I use on my clients. So that's why my whole thing is locks. I don't, y'all, when I tell you I don't touch no other hair, I don't do loose naturals, I don't do palm roll, I do interlocking. All I do is locks in general. Okay. So products that I recommend is good for locks, nothing else. Okay. Minus leave-ins. What about shampoo and conditioner for fine locks minus leave-ins? Okay, so I already answered that for you, lady. The For colored locks, sea moss infused shampoo and conditioner. Okay. I do not have heat damage! Exclamation mark. I was a loose natural when I locked. Ends just not locked. Okay. So if your ends are just not locking, your ends are open, but the rest of your hair is locked, I wouldn't braid and band. You can stop braiding and banding, because if the ends ain't locking after, I think you said you're locked over a year or maybe 2 years. Yeah, I would stop braiding and banding. And believe it or not, listen, some people have different textures throughout their hair. So you just might have, I've seen some people, oh Lord. There's this one lady, this client I used to have. She got this tight curl pattern up here in the back and on the sides behind the ear, so straight. I'm like, girl, golly. Every time I got to that section, I'm like, oh, here we go with this straight part that just won't obey. Okay, who's next? I just got off work. It's crazy. It's crazy out here in Walton County. We snowed in. Oh, sorry about that. And you can call off work? Maybe. Child, listen. The moment I hear is that the moment I hear that the earth is thinking about snow in Georgia, I'm home, okay? Twice it snowed in Georgia. And when I say snow, ice in Georgia. The first time my car ran off the road. And y'all, I was going slow because it was at night. I was coming off from work. This is about 15 years ago. I was coming a little bit longer than 50 years, but I was coming from work and it was already dark. So I was driving slow, like 5 to 10 miles an hour. Okay. And I was in the neighborhood. So I had to go slow because, in the boonies in Georgia, sometimes there ain't no street lights. All you got is your headlights. So I was going slow. And then I got to where you got to turn. You can either go left or you can go right. You can't go straight because if you go straight, it's a house in front of you. So I slowed down. I came almost to a stop to turn. My wheels turned, but the car didn't. Thank God the house that my car was heading for had the trees, them little bushels up front, and that is what stopped my car from running into these people house. Lord, when I tell y'all, the car ahead of me saw my car not doing what it's supposed to do. And they kind of slowed down to see if they needed to do anything. So when the bush had stopped my car, and the reason why the bush was able to stop my car, because I wasn't going fast. It just kind of, and the bush stopped it. So there was no scratches on my car or anything. Because when I tell you I was going slow, and my car at the time was a Nissan Altima 2-wheel drive. I didn't have 4-wheel drive. And so after I collected myself, because I was freaking out, I was like, oh my God, this car ain't doing this. At the time I was single and like I called somebody. I was like, oh my God. So after freaking out, I backed out and then I was able to turn the wheel and then drove home. When I tell y'all I was parked in my house and did not make one move until everything was cleared, baby, I ain't go nowhere. And then the second time, this time I did not run off the road, but same car. Did I have a new car by then? Yep, no, same car. And so it started icing. So because I had that previous experience, I'm even going slower. I'm at a red light and the light turned green for me to turn. So I go to turn and I'm fighting with the wheels to turn again. I'm like, what the heck? It didn't take me off the road, but it took me out of my lane. So I was like, Lord, just get me home safely so I can park my behind home and not play. So now when I hear it's about to snow, ice, or whatever, now I got a 4-wheel drive, but still, oh, no, all-wheel drive. Yeah, but still, I still park my behind at home and I don't go nowhere because I ain't got time. I ain't got time. Okay, where am I? Just have to tell y'all my little story. So get home safe, okay? Hi, did you get snowed in? I sure did. I got snowed in, miss. Got snowed in. You like my length and press? I like my length too, girl. Y'all know I cut my hair like twice a year because I like it at certain length. I don't like it long. Oh, come on, computer. Okay. About half an inch for the loose ends that's not locked. Okay, girl, you fine, Felicia. The texture may be different. The ends are colored and were colored long before I locked. I don't want to experience bunching. Now, Felicia, I done said in my previous thing, did you color? Did you this? Did you that? Did you do this? Did you do that? Da, 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 da. Color, y'all, loosens your curl pattern. Y'all look like I just be asking questions for the sake of it. And you responding to me with exclamation marks. I ask questions because, baby, if it's one thing I know, it's here. Okay. If you color, y'all, whether you bleach, whether color is a chemical, it loosens your curl pattern. Now, the higher up you go with your bleaching or the color level, it loosens it even more. So if you just do like a level 10 or demi, whatever, it loosens it just a little bit. But if you bleach, it loosens it. Color changes the your curl pattern. It might not be a huge difference, but it does affect your curls. So when I say, so although you locked your hair, your hair was colored before you locked. If you did not cut off the color is still in your hair. So let's say when you locked your hair, you had 4 inches, let's just say 4 inches. And okay, let me take it back. Let's say when you colored your hair, you had 2 inches of hair, right? You colored your whole hair, you had 2 inches. Your hair grew 4 inches. So now you have 6 inches. The first 2 inches, if you did not cut those first 2 inches off, you still have color in your hair. And although you have 4 inches of virgin hair, you still have 2 inches of colored hair. So that colored hair is going to behave a whole lot differently than the virgin hair. You picking up what I'm putting down? So therefore, when you go lock your 6-inch hair, the 2 inches of colored hair is going to act differently than the 4 inches. So the locks is going to develop differently. So that's why I asked, did you color? Did you press your hair? So it doesn't matter if you press your hair. If you're someone who if you pressed your hair 4 years ago, you colored 4 years ago. If that portion of your hair that was pressed or colored or somewhat chemically treated is still attached to the new growth, it is still going to behave differently. I hope that makes sense, y'all. This is why I ask the questions that I do, because I'm just like, oh, it's still not locking. Okay. So yeah, so although it doesn't, the curl doesn't appear straight because it's not permed, it's not like heat damaged like by a flat iron. It is still color treated. So the color chemical strips the natural being of your strands. So it doesn't have this, so it's going to be different. So that is why um the hair is not, the ends aren't locking. So if you said you only have about a half an inch, I would still not worry about braiding and banding. With half an inch, you shouldn't worry about bunching that much. Now it might, still um try to shrivel up a little bit, but it's not going to bunch as much because it's only about half an inch. If you want to stay on the safer side, then you can still shampoo your hair without braiding and banding, and then maybe a couple of times at night you braid your hair down to help it, but I wouldn't be too concerned about it. I hope that makes sense. But thank you for throwing in that color, because I know I don't be crazy, but okay. Ooh, Felicia. Felicia, Felicia, Felicia. Okay, so thank you, Michelle. Ooh, this comment thing keep jumping. Where am I? Where am I? I braided the roots and braided the ends. I started rope twisting because I didn't want it to swell. It's tighter hair pattern. It's tighter hair pattern. Okay, so you're saying it's a tight curl pattern. Okay, so if you started off with, I think you said you started off with interlocking. So so many factors, y'all. So many factors. So your roots could be slipping. And I wouldn't be too concerned about that anyway, but your roots could be slipping. One reason why your roots could be slipping, if the tension of the interlocking part is not a tight or a solid tension and is somewhat loose, when water hits it, water creates movement in your hair. So when water hits it, there's movement going on with the part that's interlocked, can cause it to slide, can cause the interlock part to slide. So now the new growth is more than what it was before. Also, if your hair grows fast and you have a tight curl pattern, let's say you wash your hair every 3 weeks or every 4 weeks. With a tight curl pattern, you don't always see the new growth because our hair grows in a curl. Like it's not like it grows straight because our hair isn't straight. So because it grows in a curl, it curves when it curl. Too many curl, it curves when it curl, so it's not stretched. But when you go to wash it, shampoo your hair with the water stretches it. So now you're able to see more new growth than what you did before. So a tip for y'all who always say, oh, y'all call y'all loctician. Ring, 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 ring. Hey, loctician. I know we scheduled my appointment for 6 weeks, but I don't have enough new growth, so I'm going to have to push my appointment back. Loctician, if you out there, ask them, how often, when did you last wash your hair? How often did you shampoo? How many times did you shampoo since your last appointment? That's what I would ask. Because if they didn't shampoo, because this is what I hear, if they didn't shampoo since their last appointment and it's been 6 weeks or 4 weeks and they're like, oh, I'm going to push it because there's no new growth. By the time they come, and then I got to shampoo your hair and I'm seeing the true growth. And then they're looking through it like, oh, I didn't know my hair grew that much. Oh, it must have really grew over the last 2 weeks. No, baby, your hair been growing, but you just don't see the growth because our hair curl grows in a curve. So it's not stretched. So we don't see the true new growth. So then you're feeling like, oh, my hair isn't growing as fast, or my hair ain't doing nothing. So I don't need a retie right now. And then by the time you come to the retie, we locticians looking like, girl, you see all that new growth? What you talking about? Your hair ain't growing. You should have kept your appointment, So be cautious of that. So it could be that your hair grows fast, but because your hair is so curly, it curves, so you don't get to see the true growth of it until you shampoo, and then you're like, oh dang, or the tension wasn't tight enough, so there was a lot of movement, so you saw more new growth. I hope that makes sense. But if the new growth, if the slippage is at the root, child, I would not worry about that at all. Just get your maybe if it's a lot of if it's the entire head that's doing that, move up your retie time. Instead of 7 weeks, maybe do 5 weeks to kind of help control that until you get it under control. All right. Why do you recommend 2-strand twist and not rope twist? Just curious. Oh, okay. See, now I know I explained this in one of them videos. The reason why I did not recommend rope twist because it interferes, it's too restrictive. It interferes with the locking process. So let's bring Kiki back. Let's bring Kiki. Becky here ain't gonna help me. Let me put Kiki in a booster. Y'all be cracking myself up. We need a booster for Becky, for Kiki. Okay, booster. Okay, so I know y'all can't see my face, but as long as y'all can see the hair. Babe, can I get some water, please? My mouth getting dry. Thank you, love. Um, you heard me? Babe. I don't think he hears me. Probably got on his headset because I'm loud. He think I be loud. I don't know what to say. I'm Caribbean. We just loud, you know. I don't know how to talk. Hey, girl, what you said? Oh, okay. I don't know how to talk soft and whisper and all that. I'm just loud, you know. So okay, let me do this. So reason why I said to just kind of twist because when you twist just like this, it allows more room for movement and it allows the hair locks by bunching. But you don't want too much bunching that it's a big ball or whatever, right? But the hair does lock by bunching and kind of coming together. When you do the rope twist, it like yeah, it tightens each strand of the twist and then you overlap. So you're twisting it twice. So you twist each individual one because you know with row twist, they're rolling it sometimes in between their fingers and then bringing it. So you're tighten up each strand and then you're bringing it together and then it's twisting like that. It does not allow room for movement. You need movement in your locks for it to lock properly and start matting together. It needs to mat. When you twist it in between your finger and then twist it again, it is defining it too much and restricting it too much and it's preventing it from locking the best way. Now, will it eventually lock? Yes, but it's going to take forever because it's trying to, undo itself to try to lock. Because I don't know if y'all saw the video, my 800 lock client. I have a client who got like about almost 900 locks. She started her own locks using the 2-strand twist method, and she did the rope twist technique. Listen, we're 3 years in. 3 years, you should be locked. You should, when you 2-strand twist at 3 years, you should not see no evidence of 2-strand twist, but you can still see some evidence of 2-strand twist in her hair. The pattern does not go away because it's so tight and so stiff. So it takes forever. Some of them did, eventually start looking like a lock, but some of her strands still have that 2-strand twist look because it was rope twist so tightly and it was neat and all, but baby, it interfered with the locking process. I hope that answered your question, and I hope you guys can visualize. I can visualize the things I say, so I hope you guys can visualize it and understand it. All right, I'm battling dryness this winter, baby. I know. Baby, I returned back to work this week for my little Christmas break. Baby, I'm like, mind you, my clients don't listen to my YouTube channel, child. They don't watch it. And I'm like, well, y'all got no excuse. Why y'all hair? When I tell y'all their hair was so dry, I felt like I was touching them hay, them ropes, them tan ropes. I'm like, and y'all walking around saying, yeah, Pauline do my hair. Pauline do my hair. And y'all ain't doing what y'all supposed to do. Now y'all thinking, you got folks thinking, I'm like, put some leave-in in your hair. Wash your hair. Put stuff in it. Put the leave-in. Wintertime is not the time to be lazy with the hair. Okay? So very coarse hair with micro locks. What can I do? There's so many things you can do. I have about 2 videos that talk about winterizing your hair, protecting your hair during the winter, all the stuff. Yeah. Go watch those videos. There's 2 of them. They're recent too, so you should be able to find them. You won't have to scroll too far down. That gives you all the details on what to do, how to do it, and all this other stuff. I even show how to do it. Yeah. I got you, girl. I got you. I'm sorry, I came on late. What lock method would you recommend for 3B, 3C fine hair? I would definitely interlock it. I wouldn't you could use a 2-strand twist method, but it will take a little bit longer to lock. You will be dealing with slippage and potential bunching. So to avoid that, if you don't want to try and figure out how to fix it, and if your loctician don't know how to fix it, just interlock it. Now, y'all, when I say interlock, it doesn't mean that if you interlock, you won't experience any bunching or any slippage. It's just that you have a lesser chance of experiencing any of those concerns. Okay. Is that my husband coming upstairs? I think that's him. Babe, babe, can you bring me some water, please? Thank you. All right. What time is it? 5:41. Damn, we've been on here almost an hour. Oh my Lord. Okay. Okay, I answered that question. Would I be able to book a lock cut only as a new client for the summer of 2026? Or are you only booking previous clients? I'll be 2.5 years lock, fine, low density, silver hair. Okay, Silver Fox. Yes, you can book just a cut only for 2026. Dang, girl, you planning ahead, but I don't blame you because, child, my clients be planning ahead. All right. Can someone with dandruff get locked? Yes. Or is it advisable not to get locks? And if yes, how do you deal with it during the locking process? Shampoo your hair. Don't listen to the folks talking about don't shampoo your hair and get like mold and all that stuff, fungus and stuff like that in your hair. Did you put ice in it? No. Okay, thank you. I thought I heard ice. Thank you. I was using it as a stand for Kiki because I needed Kiki higher. Yes, Kiki, and this is Becky.
Becky with the bad hair.
Becky with the straight hair. Okay. Where was I? I was on something about dandruff. Oh, okay. Yeah. So you just want to make sure you shampoo your hair. If you have medicated shampoos for your, if you're on some type of prescribed medicated shampoo for your hair, you can still use it when you're locked. Just make sure you braid and band. Make sure you put in the right sometimes make sure you put, if you're going to oil your scalp, make sure you put in the right oils, because some oils kind of work against dandruff. So, but yes, you can definitely lock your hair. The key is you want to keep your hair clean. Okay. Just braid and band. And I would use the interlocking technique so that you can shampoo your hair more often. I wouldn't comb coil because it won't last. If you have a tight curl pattern, you can two strand twist, but I would err on the side of interlocking. Good day. How can someone schedule an appointment with your shop? So you can definitely message me and I'll send you Felicia's information as she's taking more clients, Felicia or my sister Kidma, because I'm not taking new clients. Y'all, when I tell you I barely got room for my current clients, whew, it'd be tight. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. You're welcome. You're welcome, Fee. Michelle. Okay. Try neem oil for your dandruff. Yes, neem oil is a good one. It stinks. I ain't that bad, but ain't like I want to put it on and be like, hey, and be all over the place. Yeah, the smell ain't great, but neem oil is good. It stinks, but I have locks and had problems with dandruff. I let it sit on my scalp for several hours. Then I had to wash it out 5 times with some rosemary essential oil. So if you're gonna do that was Michelle giving you some advice. So you can even do like a pre-poo with the oil. Put the oil on your scalp. Put the processing cap over it to create, the heat, or you can sit under dryer as well with the processing cap. Do that and then shampoo your hair. Okay. And you want to use stuff with like rosemary